there's no hotter lead than someone that's physically Googling, like, how do I solve my problem? It's way better than, if you're doing a lot of cold calling, texting, ringing voicemails, that kind of stuff. Like your outbound, your lead to actually close ratio is way higher. So that was the problem I was trying to solve, is how do I get more leads and how do I get better leads? And then the first training I did with you guys was that 3 leads per day training. I went through the whole thing. I was on all those coaching calls like every week, always there, just asking questions, trying to figure stuff out. Definitely your guys' support is like top notch, right? Like always being able to go in and, hit that help, the chat is like super important to us. Security is also, I work with a lot of investors now. I do a lot of websites for people. Like 99% of them are Carrot. Like one guy is like, I'm staying on WordPress. I'm like, okay, cool. I managed to work around that. A few months later, like his site is getting hacked. Like I've never once seen a Carrot site get hacked like that. So there's a few other things that I didn't even really think about until later that I'm like, yeah, Carrot's got you covered. But definitely your guys' support. I wouldn't have got that kind of support, with a WordPress or Wix or any of that kind of stuff. Even with WordPress, right? I mean, like you're paying monthly, right? You don't pay the $3,000 up front to have someone develop it and build it out. Like Carrot already did that for you, so you're just paying the monthly. Like say 6 months later, you want to go change something and you can't get a hold of that guy that you paid the $2-3 grand to develop it. Like you're screwed. There's no little chat bubble in the bottom like, hey, can you help me fix this? Or, hey, you guys have a killer help section too. Like the little help is like huge. You go in there, you can literally type anything, like fix a form, add testimonial, like, make my phone number clickable, how to add a map to my page. Like there's literally everything you can think of in that help. And if you don't see it there, just hit in the chat 9 to 5 every week, every weekday. Like, so there's always help and support to get your stuff done. Versus if you paid someone else and you come back and like they're gone. I always say buy once, cry once. Like I don't want to have to buy something once just to go back and realize it wasn't actually what I needed, or it wasn't the right fit, or it wasn't quality and it breaks, and then I need to go buy it again. You don't have time to do it right the first time. When you're going to have time to fix it? Just Carrot's the way to get it right the first time. It's hard to quantify it. Hundreds of hours, right? Like I mean, hundreds and hundreds for sure, especially with the amount of I work on a lot of different websites. It's not just my own anymore, but I mean, you could spend 6 hours trying to figure something out yourself, like hitting your head against a wall, or you could pop in and ask a question and get an answer pretty quick. I mean, it was huge, honestly. The first lead that I ever got on my Carrot site turned into a deal. It was a huge deal too. I was like pumped. It was like $100,000 deal. So like a lead comes in and I close it way faster than like an outbound thing. Well, so like the lead to close on like an inbound lead, like, hey, they reach out to you, is like under 90 days. Versus when you're all that follow up, it's like, you get a lead and you might be closing 5-6 months or even, a year later with a ton more labor, a lot of follow up, a lot of calls, and you're talking to a lot more people. So like my quality of life went way up when I started doing a lot more inbound because, I'm talking like 1 in 15 leads turns into a deal from the website leads versus like 1 in 35 with my outbound stuff. I mean, it would be dead. I wouldn't. Yeah, it'd be dead. It'd be gone.
Yeah.
You guys have changed my life, like just everything, right? The first care camp that I ever went to, like, you invited me on the podcast. People started knowing me. Local guys started reaching out. That built my buyers list. I closed like 2 deals, like just from being on your guys' first podcast. Like directly, people reached out and like I closed the deal. I love Carrot because of the way you guys operate and your values and everything too. Like that's huge. I owe a ton to you guys, like not just like on my real estate business, but even on the SEO front. Like, like you guys have been amazing. I love you guys a lot. And I don't, yeah, I couldn't put any of that in a one word or one sentence, but it's been a game changer.